Welcome to this week's episode. Bonafide OG here, Don't Die Alone show. This week we're going to talk about love and how love, when that's the basis of your relationship, is stupid. This is why it's titled Love is Stupid. Not that love is a bad thing, because love is a good thing. But basing your relationship on love, getting in a relationship because of love, staying in a relationship because of love is stupid. The video is going to explain why, and then we can talk about it on the other side. Don't die alone, ladies. Make a move or die alone. Ladies, today I want to destroy the myth that love is a necessary component for marriage and long-term relationships. I don't understand how you think you need to fall in love with some man to marry him. Do you even know the purpose of marriage? Do you even know the purpose of being in a long-term relationship with a man? It's for your security and your children's security and to provide for you guys. To make sure that you can have a decent life. That's what a man is needed for in your life. No other group of women are walking around talking about, I don't need a man. I've been to several countries, 5 continents. I have never met a group of women who say, I don't need a man except American black women. Because you guys are the only ones who got duped into believing that you can be strong and independent and not need a man. Do you think the women in Kyiv need a man? Make a move or die alone. Ladies, today I want to destroy the myth that love is a necessary component for marriage and long-term relationships. I don't understand how you think you need to fall in love with some man to marry him. Do you even know the purpose of marriage? Do you even know the purpose of being in a long-term relationship with a man? It's for your security and your children's security and to provide for you guys. To make sure that you can have a decent life. That's what a man is needed for in your life. No other group of women are walking around talking about, I don't need a man. I've been to several countries, 5 continents. I have never met a group of women who say, I don't need a man except American black women. Because you guys are the only ones who got duped into believing that you can be strong and independent and not need a man. Do you think the women in Kyiv need a man? Do you even know what Kyiv is? Can you even name a country outside the United States other than Mexico or Canada? You don't need a man? Really? That's what you bought and that's what you're sold on? Because 80 cents out of every dollar is spent by a woman. 80 cents out of every dollar, so you're the biggest consumer base. What gets women? Lies. Why is y'all mad at the dude that fucked you and ran away? He told you a lie. He sold you a drink. The one thing about women is you love to be lied to. You love to be lied to. You guys have an argument for every fact. You argue about the numbers. You find a reason to think something is bad for you. Even this show, you think I'm bashing women. I'm not bashing women. I'm telling you that it's a community in trouble, and we need to try to do something to save it. Now, the reasons it's in trouble is because of women. Independent women. That's why we're in trouble. Yes. Single mothers. You talk about generational curses, but your grandmother and your mama and you are all single mothers. If you have a daughter, do you think she's going to be a single mother too? You know why she is? Because you don't even know how to get in a relationship. You couldn't teach her how to be a wife because you don't know how to be a wife. You're not even wife material. You're not even wife material. You don't know. You think being a wife is being a slave. That's what you think it is. You think you watch so many movies, you think being a wife has got you in the fields picking cotton. Oh, somebody asked for a sandwich, you find that as an insult. Y'all claim you know how to treat a man, but ain't none of y'all got no man. 80% of black children are born to single parent households, which leads to nothing but a cycle of problem. A lot of y'all done buried kids before they was even 18. A lot of y'all had dealt with violence. Why is the black community so bent on violence? Why is there so much violence in the black community? Why do we need police on every corner in the black community? Why are black people even still in the ghetto in greater numbers than they were even prior to 1950? When it was Jim Crow, when black people couldn't vote, when there was civil rights laws weren't even in effect. How come black people are still in the ghettos from then? How can somebody who can't speak the language sneak into this country? Don't have no ID. They sneaking in. If they get caught, they getting kicked out of the country. They can come in here and do better than most black people. There's something wrong with that. The John Lynch laws have been going on for 400 years. And we're still doing it. Every week you read about a black rapper getting shot and robbed. Who's doing it to him? Who's doing it to him? Who's so jealous of what they got that they feel like they should have to take it? Because they can't get it on their own. Single mothers are raising these people. Single mothers. And degenerate fathers who came from single mothers. All of y'all are fucking the same guys. All of y'all baby daddies got other baby mamas. It's 6 or 7 of y'all got the same baby daddy. 6 or 7 of y'all. All of y'all say he fucked up. And all of y'all think y'all kids is going to do better. So you think nothing's inherited? You ain't never heard the saying, the apple don't fall far from the tree? What makes you think you're going to take that ain't shit brother's bloodline and make it into something special? How does that work? What miracle do you have when you can't name 3 countries outside the United States other than Canada and Mexico? I don't understand. I don't understand how you think you winning because you can party through your 20s and early 30s. Because once you 45 and ain't got a man, only 15% of women after age 40 get married. 15%. Only 27% of y'all get married in your lifetime. A lot of y'all walk out of relationships because you think you can do better. How you going to do better if you don't even know how to be a wife? How do you do better for that? You weren't taught to be a wife. You didn't even taught to cook. Your mama didn't teach you how to cook. You read the instructions on the box to cook the first thing you cook. I hear women all the time, I make everything from scratch. Really? Get real. And you still ain't got a man? So you can make everything from scratch, but you still ain't married or got a man. The numbers don't lie, ladies. It don't. You can make all the excuses you want. You can say, oh, Bonafide OG is bashing us. He talking down on women. No, your behavior has to change. This is a desperate situation. The black community is not progressing. It's regressing. Anytime somebody can walk over here and can't speak the language and do better than your kids do, that should be telling you something, that something got to change. That what we're doing is not working. What we're doing is not working. Do you know that through history, only 40% of men have procreated with women? Only 40%. 99% of women have procreated. There was a time in the 1950s and 60s, black women were the most make a move or die alone. Ladies, today I want to destroy the myth that love is a necessary component for marriage and long-term relationships. I don't understand how you think you need to fall in love with some man to marry him. Do you even know the purpose of marriage? Do you even know the purpose of being in a long-term relationship with a man? It's for your security and your children's security, and to provide for you guys, to make sure that you can have a decent life. That's what a man is needed for in your life. No other group of women are walking around talking about, I don't need a man. I've been to several countries, 5 continents. I have never met a group of women who say, I don't need a man, except American black women. Because you guys are the only ones who got duped into believing that you could be strong and independent and not need a man. Do you think the women in Kyiv need? And a lot of dudes, it's the same thing. Because everybody knows you can have sex. That's the whole key, ladies. Preserving your body for the man you're going to be with, that's going to provide and protect for you, and then you fall in love. When you're treated like a woman, when he's taking care of his home, to show him appreciation, that's when you've given up that sex. But a lot of y'all are just cum dumpsters. You running through life, you're getting fucked on, you're having babies, you're not with anybody, you're raising degenerates, your kids are criminals, junkies, rapists, and murderers. Your daughters are teen moms. Single moms make teen moms. A lot of y'all were teen moms because your mama was a single mom. You didn't have a daddy in the house. And then some just don't listen to their dad. They know better. They think they know more. Your daddy tell you something ain't good for you, you go have sex with him anyway and get pregnant. A lot of women don't listen. The father's not just there for the boy. He helps to guide the girl too. He's going to give you good advice on a man. I can talk to a man and ask him 3 questions. I know if he's good enough or not for a woman. That I know. So if it's my daughter, I can read a man and tell her, no, baby, this ain't a good dude for you. Now, if she listens to me, that's what the daughter should, listen to her father, then she'll drop that guy. But if she thinks she know better, or he's cute and makes me tingle, she's going to end up a single mom. She's going to end up pregnant. This is how this works. It's biological. Women seek security. Men seek beauty. So how do we solve the problem? How do we do it? It's on women. It's on women. I can say stop having babies and you ain't married. I can say marry before you carry. But you guys ain't gonna listen to that. You gonna get fucked on right after this show, and then the nigga gonna walk out the door. Whole lot of y'all. He gonna walk out the door, you might not even see him again. Or you gonna get pregnant and then leave your man. Why would you get pregnant and then leave the man? You're carrying on his bloodline, so you don't want to have responsibility for the child. A lot of y'all fucking niggas ain't got a job. How you gonna get child support from a nigga ain't got a job? How you do that? Because you loved him? That's what love does. Love hurts. Love hurts. By the time you fall in love with somebody, he done came in you 100 times, 1,000 times. You done sucked his dick 50 million times. Now you in love. Now it's time to break up. Now it's time to break up because he don't want you no more. Because you done got older, you done got used, and somebody younger and prettier because men are in the beauty. They in the beauty. If you a woman that's 45 years old or older and you're not with a man, you're a loser. You lost in life looking for love. After the age of 40, women only have a 15% chance of being married again. They only have a 15% chance of finding a husband after age 40. After age 45, you're basically the walking dead. You're useless. You ain't bleeding no more. You can't have kids. What good are you to any person? You're just walking around waiting to die alone. The only thing you can do is get a pet. You're basically the cat lady. The dog mom. That's what you basically are. If you're 45 years old or older and you ain't got a man, you failed in life as a woman. You failed. You're going to die alone. You're useless. Useless to anybody. You can find guys to fuck on, you're going to be recycling guys. That's what you're going to be doing. Because now you can't get a guy. You sitting here 45 thinking you got the same privileges as 35, you don't. You think you got the same privileges as 25, you don't. When you was 25, 100 niggas will line up at the door to fuck you. 100 dudes will try to get with you. Back when you was young and fine. You 45 now. You ain't young and fine no more. You still could be pretty, but you old and pretty. You the walking dead. You're the walking dead, just walking around waiting to die by yourself. That's what you're doing. Whereas a man, when he's 45, he's messing with women that's 25. They are prized to him. He can say something. He can go out and brag on that. That's why women, when you're young and in your prime, have to secure your mate. You have to. Now, if you're walking around here, kids grown, no man, what use are you to anybody? What use are you? You ain't bleed no more. You're dead. Ain't nothing living without blood circulating. So just think about it. You're a walking dead person because you ain't got your periods no more. You can't reproduce no more. You're just walking around waiting to die. Adopting cats and dogs. That's what you're doing. Traveling around the world with your other single girlfriends who gonna die alone. That's what's gonna happen. Your children gone. They have their own life. They're not spending every day with you. You can't tell me that you sitting here on Valentine's Day and ain't feeling some kind of way when you ain't got no man. You can't tell me that. Now, I understand your mama ain't teach you the skills to get a man and keep you. A lot of y'all don't know how. You need therapy. There's a lot of help out here. You can get help. But the only way to turn this community around is for young women to stop having babies with the same dudes that ain't shit, carrying on the same ain't shit bloodline, creating nothing but degenerates and criminals. There's more black men in jail now than that ever were enslaved in the United States of America. Ever. There's more motherfuckers incarcerated than there were slaves. And you think the community is progressing? How are black people 13% of the population and 60 or 80% of the jail community? How? Because it's over-policed. That's what I heard. Because they lock us up and give us more time. That's what I heard. Because you bitches are raising criminals. Where do the police need to be? Where do they need to be? Where there's no crime or where there is crime? I'm from Detroit, where people they born in the ghetto and they die in the ghetto. They're so locked in on the community and so degenerate in the community, ain't been nowhere. They think it's more black people in this country than white people. That's what they think in Detroit. Whole lot of them ain't never been nowhere but Cedar Point. They ain't been nowhere. The neighboring state of Ohio, which they think is the Hickville. That's what they think. There's more black people out here than white people. That's what they think because the city is 90% black. The world is big, but all y'all fucking the same men. All of y'all got babies by a nigga that already got babies. And you the one gonna change him. You the special woman that's gonna lock him down till he walks out on you and your kid and go have a baby with somebody else. Ladies, the only way to progress this community is for women to change their mindset. Strong and independent is not attractive. It's not going to get you a mate. It's not going to help you raise your kids. Leaving them in daycare, letting the daycare worker raise your kids and develop their personality. When they talking, the daycare worker's the first one hearing their words. You crazy. You think your kid is going to be something? You ain't instill no value in them. You ain't showing them no value. You have no man there leading and guiding. Women left to their own vices make terrible decisions. Terrible decisions. You got to have a man there to guide you. You got to. You have to have leadership in your life because you're too stupid to guide yourself. And the statistics show that's just what y'all doing. You're blaming everything for holding back the community, but you're the ones holding back the community. Your mindset is holding back the community. Your actions are holding back the community. Why would anybody have to marry you if they fucking you for no reason? If you're giving up them pussy in the head, why they gotta marry you? What is the purpose in that? Why do they have to get in a long-term relationship with you? What is the purpose for that? Why can't they just fuck you and leave, come see you whenever they want to see you? Because you're looking for love. You want to be in love first. But every story you've been told about the lady living happily ever after, she never was in love before she got with the guy. She got with a guy who could provide security and provision for her and her children. That's the basic elements of every animal. They look for the strongest, most reliable male who can provide and protect. And you guys think you don't need a man. You don't. That's what you thinking. Even though when you getting your ass whooped, you calling 911 for some men to come save you. That's the most ridiculous thing it is. This is the only place in the world where women walk around talking about they don't need a man. Ain't no place else in the world where they thinking that. That's how somebody who can't speak the language can come here and do better than you and your kids. They kids can do better than you and your kids. That's how. Because the family structure is strong. The man is the leader, the woman is the follower. She walking months right with him, carrying the baby. Again, ladies, you are the ones who can change this. I can say what I want to say. You could think I'm bashing on you. I'm telling the truth. The numbers show it's the truth. You can't argue with facts. You can't twist them around. You can't say I'm the exception because you're not. You're not. Everybody thinks they special. Oh, it ain't going to happen to me. Jail full of motherfuckers who think they can beat the system. I never understood that. How do you think you can beat the system and the system been locking up niggas before you was even thought of? You're raising degenerate men. You're raising single teen moms. That's the cycle and the generational curse that needs to be broken. That's the thing that means something to the community. We're only here for a short time on this earth. What are you going to be remembered for? Having 7 babies with Bebe? That's what you're going to be remembered for? All criminals and gang members and degenerates and prostitutes and strippers and OnlyFans girls? That's what you're going to be remembered for. Get some dignity and honor in your bloodline. A lot of people sacrificed a lot, survived a lot, so that you could even be here. You can fix this, ladies. We can talk about this on the show. Or you can die alone. All right. Well, that was our take on love being stupid. But it's a lot more to it than that. First, let me apologize for YouTube trying to fuck us over 3 or 4 times to get this thing going. I understand the video started over a few times from the comments. But you can fast forward past that and you got the gist of the video. That love is a thing that should never be the major part of your relationship. How is something as simple as love, losing it over virtually everything, that's love. Losing it over virtually everything, L-O-V-E. If love is the grounds and the means for your happiness, can you love more than one person? Can you love more than one thing? Or is love just a word that we use when we want to say that we really like something and we really attached to it? Whole lot of women staying in bad relationships because they say they're in love. Why didn't you leave him? Oh, I love him. What does that mean? That means that you're supposed to sacrifice being a person and a human because you like being around somebody? Love is trouble. Love is something that comes and goes. It can't be the basis of a relationship. You can love many things at the same time. You love your mama and your daddy. You love your sisters and your brothers. You probably even love the cat, the dog. Love to eat fried chicken. Love crab legs. All that love going around, how can your relationship be strong and survive off of that when you pass it around so freely to so many things? Wouldn't something like respect be more important for a relationship? You meet a man that you can respect, you gonna love him. Just like you respect your parents and you love them. Or your grandparents and you love them. But for some reason, women believe they have to be in love to be in a relationship. I disagree. I think you have to respect somebody to be in a relationship with them. And they have to respect you back. That's what makes a good relationship. Loyalty. Wouldn't that be a better word? If somebody's loyal to you and you're loyal to them, don't that make a better relationship than just loving somebody? The love will come from the loyalty. The love will come from the respect. Ladies, if you're out here looking for relationships to fall in love, yes, you're stupid. Love is stupid. Okay, now you heard me rant about that, so let me hear about what some of y'all are saying. Give me a comment, Juice.
All right, let's see what we got. We got some, all right. This one says, it's from Cat Loving Girl.
Cat Love. No, she by herself.
She a cat loving girl. She says, I'm 62 and alone. I've been single since 1995. I just haven't met anyone, to be honest, and it sucks.
Well, Cat Lover, I see why you got your name. Because 1995 is a long time to be single from. Even if you met somebody, you wouldn't have relationships to be able to keep a relationship anyway. And again, ladies, you're on the clock. After a certain age, you can pretty much give up on meeting somebody and you can join Cat Lover and be Dog Love, because that's basically where it's on. Women, you have to take advantage of your strengths. Your strengths are beauty, fertility, and femininity. Those have to be things that you bring to peak when you're young. Because you're not fertile when you're older. Your beauty's going to deteriorate when you're older. And more than likely, your femininity is going to go too, because you're out here surviving like a man by yourself. So those things that make women the wonderful things that you are, youth, beauty, fitness, fertility, femininity, those are your strengths. Those are strongest when you're younger. Men and women peak at different times, ladies. Guys get more valuable as they get older because their assets build up, their knowledge and wisdom builds up, and their experience builds up. That doesn't go the same for women. So, cat lady, I'm sorry for you. I wish you wouldn't die alone. I think at 62, maybe if you start looking for some men, maybe 70, 75, you could have a few good years left with a companion. But you got to put yourself out there, ladies. You cannot expect the man of your dreams to knock on your door. You have to put yourself out there. Even if you're looking for that stupid thing called love. You got to put yourself out there. Love ain't going to knock at your door. It's not coming to you. You're going to have to do things different in 2023. It's not like before where the man sees you and approaches your family. It's not like that no more. You ladies have to start getting a little more aggressive towards men, but stay feminine. Stay feminine. Put yourself in a position where the man that you want can find you. All right, Juice, give me another one.
So we got, let's see. This one says, it's from Roo, R-O-O. She said, do you know that the male to female ratio is 102 males to 100 females? That means there are more men in the world than women. So we make the choices around this motherfucker.
Rural. The statistics is like your thought. Women do not choose relationships. And if you think it's more men than women, you smoking on something that I need to get a hit of. Because everybody, and I mean down to the kindergarten, knows it's more women than men. If every eligible black man in this country got married to an eligible woman today, it'd still be 10 million black women without men. There's a lot more women than men. There's no 102 men to 100 women. I don't even know what country you think you even seen that in. Men have always been disposable throughout history. Men have always been the ones who go to the front lines and fight. The last ones off the sinking ship. The last ones with a parachute off the plane. Men have always been expendable, and there's always been less of us. Always. So those numbers are wrong. Women, this is a problem that you guys are facing right now. You think you choose. You think you're the prize. You're not. Every statistic shows when you don't have a good man in your life, a lot of bad things happen. I don't want to keep harping on them, going over and over on them over and over again. Because by now you know. You know your children need a father figure. You know you need a man for protection. You couldn't even walk out your house if it wasn't men protecting you every single day. You couldn't even walk out your house. Rue would be on the side of the road laying down in some mud. That's what would be happening. Ladies, men are a necessity. And you're dying alone at alarming rates. It doesn't make sense that the homeless community is becoming women. Don't make sense. What are you thinking that you can do better than a man other than have children? You're not stronger than men. You're not smarter than men. You can't even cook better than a man. The best chefs in the world are men. The top chefs in the world are men. You can't build nothing. I'm trying to understand why you would think you have a choice in not needing a man. Why you would think that would make your life better, not having a man around. For your feelings? That's why love is stupid, ladies. Love is a feeling.
It's not real. It's not tangible. You love a lot of stuff. You love to hear the waves on the ocean hitting the beach. You love to hear the sound of rain. You love to see the sunshine when you open your blinds up. You spreading love everywhere, and then you're going to base your relationship on something that's everywhere? What makes the relationship strong is respect and loyalty. Knowing how to serve your man. Yes, serve him. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Eve was a helper, and you are a helper. You weren't made from his shoulder. That's what's equal to him. You weren't made from his head. That's what's above him. You were made from his rib. To be by his side as a helper. That's what you're doing, ladies. You're not choosing relationships. Men choose relationships. No woman is getting down on her knee and proposing to a man. We choose who gets relationships. You choose who gets sex. And the way y'all giving that away, ain't really no choice on that. Do we got any more?
Yeah, I got something for you guys. Let's see here. Alright. Now this one is from Donna Allen. She says that power women like myself aren't afraid to die alone because we don't need a man. Men are the only ones that are afraid to die alone.
Okay, let me explain this to you. Everybody's gonna die. Men have died alone since the beginning of time. When they're out on that battlefield fighting to protect you, they're dying alone. You're sitting in an apartment or a house dying alone. You're not doing nothing for you're not dying for the greater. Everybody dies. It's why you die. What's the reason behind it? Yeah, that's something to think about, ain't it? What's the reason behind it? You're dying alone because you're a powerful woman and can't get along with a man. Because you want a man to submit to you. You want a man to submit to you even though you're weaker, can't cook as good, ain't stronger, ain't taller. You want a man that's superior to you to bend to your will. So you shouldn't mind dying alone because that ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. You will never get a male that's a real man submitting to you. So you can say you're strong and gonna die alone. Oh, I love being single. Did you love that shit last week when Valentine's Day came? Was that a nice time to be single and strong, woman? How about when your birthday come this year? You think that's gonna be a good time for you to be a single, strong woman and die alone? Really? I think most women don't agree with you. Women enjoy people. They enjoy making memories. Men enjoy things. We're the ones who are not emotional about being with somebody. That's why you got a sex industry that's booming. Those men know they're not going to be with any of those women that they're spending money to jack off to or fuck. So that comment you made might be because maybe you're just big and ugly and can't get nobody. Maybe that's your problem. But even if you're big and ugly, you can change that. Lose some weight. Soften your attitude. Quit trying to be a boss. Because men are bosses, not women. Men are bosses. Do we got anything else? All right, we closing the show out this week. We still a little mad at YouTube for those technical difficulties early in the video. But we coming back strong and we ending it strong. And next week, oh my God, we're going to talk about some things that I think are going to really get up under your skin, strong Donna. Until then, ladies, quit looking for love. Try to find a man you can respect, who's going to treat you right and will respect you back. That's going to get you a lot farther in this life. And don't die alone.